so as we did. So if you all didn't know where Bhutan was, it's right there sandwiched in between China and India, and that's the flag of Bhutan. And in Bhutan, the traditional wear for women is a kira, and for men it's a go. As you can see here, my friend Tyler in the song, they're wearing their goes, and then us women are wearing the kiras. And there's one more picture, and this is actually a woman who was weaving the kiras right there as we were watching it. And these are some of the trendy boots that the men wear with their goes. And this is, prayer flags are very big in Bhutan. The big thing to know about prayer flags is they go out. Whenever the wind blows, then they send out good luck to all people on earth. So it's very nice. And the architecture of Bhutan is amazing. It's all wood and painted by hand. And this is actually the house we stayed in when we were in Bhutan with our host family. And here, this is called Taksang, which is the tiger's nest. And it was said that one of the great saints of Bhutan came in on a tiger's back and helped build the Zong. So it's very important to Bhutan. And I actually got to climb up this mountain. And Bhutan also has the biggest statue of the Buddha that's finally finished. When we were there, it was just being finished. And the forests of Bhutan are very beautiful. It's actually mandated that 60% of the country's forest be kept up and not be deforested. So that's something that I really love about Bhutan. And here you can see is a yak. Actually, this shawl that we have here for the communion table is from yak's hair. The people who herd yaks, they take the yak and they also dye the hair from it and make things out of it, like this shawl. And there's lots of wild dogs that are fed by tourists, like we did during our trip. And then there's the black-necked cranes. And also, usually when tourists are taken into the mountains, the crew that takes care of us has a herd of donkeys or horses. And so the head donkey or horse has this wonderful headpiece on them. And of course there's monkeys, and the national animal of Bhutan is called a takin. And it's a very interesting animal. And through air is the only way you can get into Bhutan, either through Bangkok or through India. And these are the first sights I saw of Bhutan. They have a marvelous picture of the king and queen right when you get off the plane. And when you go to the airport, there's some wonderful architecture inside. And this is the hotel we stayed at the first night. It was very nice. And our first day we went up to Taksang. And we started the climb. It was the true test to see if you're ready to go trekking in the mountains. And it doesn't look that overwhelming here, but you had like stretch your neck this far up to get to see the top of the mountain. It took the whole day. And while you go up, there's prayer wheels. You can circumambulate around 3 times and move, which is very nice to see. And there's many dogs that just are waiting for tourists to feed them. And even though there's food right on the table, they won't take it unless people give it to them. So they're well mannered. And this is a picture of our whole group, our professors here, and then our 2 main guides were very wonderful. And the rest were my fellow pilgrims. And that's me, because I was very exhausted. But as you can see, here's a picture of the mountain a little bit. And a very closer picture of how the mountain just sits there miraculously, doesn't come off, the mountain just sits there perfectly. And some more pictures of the forest that are really beautiful. And the first day of the trek, we got to see a yak who almost hurt us very badly. We got a little angry because we got too close to his family. So yaks are very territorial. And on the second day, there's lots of pictures you can see. So mostly from here, it's just pictures of my experience. So just go ahead and enjoy the pictures that you'll see. And this is one of the first monasteries we saw. And my good friend Claire is picking up a puppy that she found outside the monastery. And some more beautiful pictures of the scenery in the mountains. And a group picture of us going through the moss forest. And a really, really, really good picture of this tree that's covered by the moss. And these were the tents we stayed in. We just, whenever we found a really good, clear, open spot, we would just stop there and stay for the night. And leave early in the morning. And the nice thing about being in the mountains, the sun comes up at 4:30. So you're up and ready by the time around 7 o'clock, which is very awkward for college students who are used to waking up that like noon. And there's just a stop for our trek and some more scenery. And this was another guide that we had. And this is Tashi, and Tashi is basically learning the ropes from Indu, who is an experienced guide who's been with the program with Higher College since the beginning. We've been at Bhutan. And this was the place we stayed at. On the next page, here's a better picture. So there is a very sacred lake here that we were able to camp by and our tents again. And here's me very close to our tent, but you can't see it, of course. And on our way up more high elevations. So the highest we went in Bhutan was 14,800 feet. So it's really, really high. And we had to actually take medicine so that we wouldn't get sick from elevation. And it's kind of dark to see, but there's our whole group again, just relaxing before we go to our campsite. And there's the snow. And a much better picture. And there we are trying to dry off from frolicking in the snow and getting ready for dinner. And then in the morning, to a great surprise, was the baby yak that our guide saved from the wild dogs at night. But of course, around 8 o'clock in the morning, we heard the mother like she was like breathing really heavy, like, where's my baby? And then she like smelled it down at our camp and then started charging down the mountain towards us. So we were trying our best to get the baby out of our tent and get it back to its mother. And when the baby was reunited with its mother, the dogs still tried to eat the baby, so the mother did what she did to get rid of the dogs. So hopefully she knew that they were trying to protect her baby from the dogs. And this is actually the mother with the baby and the whole pack of yaks that were coming behind her. There was like 20 of them. It was very cool. And once we got to our last day of the trekking, this is our destination to go to. The city is Thimphu, which is the capital of Bhutan, and we still had a long way to go from the snowy tops of the mountain. And since it was our last day, I thought it would be a good time to take a picture, and we also hosted prayer flags to send out good luck to all people. And here's our group again. And this is actually Lady Lemo, who was with us the whole time of our trip. She actually did participate in trying to eat the baby yak, so we didn't have to do that time. But here she's soaking wet from all the rain, because it was no longer snow coming down from the mountains. When she started going down, the more it was rain. And this was our first sight of like civilization, because we've been in the mountain for 6 days, and this was a school, so we're all kind of like, this is so weird. There's no more trees around that much, there's more buildings. And this was the heroic crew that took care of us and also treated us like your family. And after that, we did lots of tourism stuff, like visiting the giant Buddha and going to more monasteries and seeing the city of Thimphu. And visiting the Takan Reservation and actually going to a local market. This sign is very great because it says it's promoting a healthy eating, which I am very, very into. And it says prevent cancers, heart disease, and aging. So I've never heard about the aging part, so I thought that was very nice for you all to see. And after our time in the city, we went to our host families in the Pubjika Valley. And this is some mist coming off the valley where we saw, there's lots of farms in that area. And this is the room they let us stay in, and their house. And here are the two beautiful daughters who entertained us so well. One of our fellow pilgrims brought stickers, and this is the first time the girls saw stickers, and they just put it all over our faces and on our hands and everything. So we had really great experiences with them, and they treated us very well. And that's all. So thank you all for listening, and I hope that these two stories from my internship and in Bhutan will stay in your hearts as long as they will stay in mine.